From the legendary Queen of the Nile to one of history's most iconic women, Cleopatra is a name that has endured through time. But what really made her so fascinating? Join us as we look at 10 facts about Cleopatra that will blow your mind. You won't believe number 7. Number 10. An Egyptian queen of Greek descent. Cleopatra was not ethnically Egyptian, despite being the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt. She was actually of Greek descent, like all the pharaohs in the Ptolemaic line. The Ptolemaic dynasty was founded by Ptolemy I, one of Alexander the Great's generals after his death in 323 BC. When Cleopatra's father, Ptolemy XV, died in 51 BC, she inherited the throne along with her younger sister, Arsinoe IV. Number 9. A learned queen. Unlike many of her contemporaries, Cleopatra was highly educated. According to historical accounts, she was well versed in mathematics, science, and medicine. In fact, she was the first Egyptian queen to learn the difficult language of the Egyptian priests, which gave her access to ancient texts that had been hidden from the pharaohs since the days of Thothmes III. These texts contained powerful spells and incantations that were used to keep the pharaohs healthy and prevent them from dying prematurely. This knowledge was likely passed down to her by her mother, Cleopatra V, who was known for her intelligence and love of learning. It was also thanks to her mother that Cleopatra learned the languages of the other Mediterranean civilizations, such as Greek, Hebrew, and Latin. This linguistic ability allowed her to communicate directly with foreign dignitaries without the need for interpreters. Number 8. First Lady of the Nile. Cleopatra's intellect and charm did not go unnoticed, and she attracted the attention of two of the most powerful men of her day, Roman General Pompey and later Roman statesman and General Julius Caesar. Her relationship with Caesar resulted in the birth of her son Caesarion. After Caesar's assassination, Cleopatra aligned herself with Mark Antony, one of Caesar's assassins. Together, they ruled over Egypt for several years, during which Cleopatra gave birth to twins Alexander Helios and Cleopatra Selene. However, Cleopatra's relationship with Antony came crashing down when Octavian, Caesar's adopted son and heir, declared war on Antony and Cleopatra in 32 BC. The couple was defeated and Antony took his own life. Cleopatra managed to negotiate a deal with Octavian, securing her kingdom and ensuring that her and Antony's children would be raised as Roman princes. Number 7. Poison or snake bite. Cleopatra's death has been the subject of much speculation and legend. According to the Roman historian Plutarch, she took her own life by allowing an asp, a type of venomous snake, to bite her. Other historians, however, have disputed this account, pointing out that it is not mentioned by any Egyptian sources. Instead, there is evidence that Cleopatra may have ingested poison in order to avoid capture by Octavian's forces. Whatever the cause of her death, Cleopatra's legacy has endured through the centuries. She is remembered as one of the most powerful and enigmatic women in history. Number 6. Only female pharaoh. Cleopatra is the only female pharaoh in Egyptian history to have ruled in her own right. While there were other female rulers before her, such as Hatshepsut and Nefertiti, they either ruled as regents for male pharaohs or they were married to pharaohs and held power as queens. Cleopatra was the first and last queen of Egypt to rule as the sole monarch of her own nation. Number 5. Lover of luxury. Cleopatra loved nothing more than luxury. She lavished gold on her lovers and showered her friends with expensive gifts. She also commissioned the construction of magnificent palaces and temples. One of her most extravagant projects was the Temple of Isis, which she built near Alexandria. The temple was dedicated to the goddess Isis, who was the mother of Horus and wife of Osiris in Egyptian mythology. Cleopatra saw herself as the new Isis, and she identified strongly with the goddess. The temple was never finished, but it was one of the largest religious buildings ever constructed in the ancient world. Number 4. War with Rome. Despite her close relationship with Caesar and later Antony, Cleopatra was not afraid to go to war with Rome. In 49 BC, she sided with Pompey against Caesar, sending him grain and money to help him fight Caesar's forces. When Caesar emerged victorious from the civil war, he spared Cleopatra's life and allowed her to keep her throne. However, she would later switch sides and align herself with his assassins, setting up her kingdom to become a major player in the power struggles that followed Caesar's death. This alliance paid off for Cleopatra as Mark Antony made her queen of not only Egypt, but also of Rome. Number 3. Last Pharaoh. Cleopatra is the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt. When she died in 30 BC, her son Caesarion was only 18 years old, and he was forced to commit suicide after Octavian seized control of Egypt. With Cleopatra's death, the era of the pharaohs came to an end. Ancient Egypt had lasted for over 3,000 years, but now it was gone. Number 2. Museum of Alexandria. Cleopatra was a patron of the arts and sciences, and she founded the Museum of Alexandria, one of the first great libraries and research centers in the ancient world. The museum was dedicated to the Muses, the goddesses of the arts and sciences in Greek mythology. It was also home to the most extensive collection of books and scrolls in the ancient world. Scholars from all over the Mediterranean came to Alexandria to study in the museum's library. Number 1. Famous depictions. Cleopatra is perhaps best known for her famous depictions in film and art. The most famous actress to play Cleopatra is Elizabeth Taylor, who starred in the 1963 film Cleopatra. The role was tailor-made for Taylor, who was at the height of her fame at the time. Other actresses who have played Cleopatra include Sophia Loren, Theda Bara, Vivian Leigh, and most recently, Gal Gadot. Cleopatra has also been depicted in numerous works of art, including paintings, sculptures, and coins. One of the most famous works of art depicting Cleopatra is a coin minted in Alexandria in 39 to 37 BC. The coin shows Cleopatra wearing the crown of the Egyptian pharaohs. Another famous work of art depicting Cleopatra is a bronze sculpture by the Greek sculptor Agasius. The statue is now in the British Museum and is one of the most popular exhibits. That's all for today. Please subscribe and comment below with your thoughts about Cleopatra. We hope you enjoyed learning some new things about this amazing historical figure. Thanks for watching and see you next time.